this computer. No, what I want to do is use that coupon method in the meanwhile for paying off these other monthly bills as they come in.
Okay.
And then meanwhile, what I'm doing is making a list of all the creditors and everybody I owe, you know, mortgage, car payments, credit cards, loans, all of it, electric company, just everybody. I'm going to call every one of them and ask for a statement from the start of when I started my commitment to them to date. And I'm going to use that for the W-4 to pay it all,
Okay.
including the car.
Gotcha.
Yeah, my truck's not in yet because they don't have the 2023 setup yet. Because it's a
All right.
2023 model, not a 22.
Yeah,
And factories are having problems, you know, being able to turn all their software over to that. And I'm wondering if it's that chip problem from China.
Could be.
So that's kind of on a little bit of a hold at the moment, but I'm still waiting. So, but this I think is pretty much going to be a Q&A, and I want to show people how to do that coupon thing, because it's really so easy and people are having success with it. So why not try it? It isn't going to hurt.
No. All right.
See what gives. So, because if that does, that's, you know, a payment now you don't have to make. And then when you do the W-4, that's a lot of money back from that payment that you have made. So that's my general opinion of search and seize and get.
It's like, I mean, when if I find out that you get back $11 million from every, because I mean I've gotten two CDLs, what, you know, a driver's license. So I mean we're talking, if it's 11 million each.
Yeah, I don't know how to. I still haven't done that. And as I start these sandwiches, you know, more and more, I will get to the point where, okay, I need to know the DMV. Is there a general figure we use on that or what? Because I've lived in 8 different states.
Yeah.
And I've had two CDLs, you know, during that time.
Yeah.
So I'm anxious to get going. I have been kind of just not physically in a strong mood to get it fastly done as I normally would.
Yeah, I know you've been having. So is your foot getting any better?
Not really. I'm just having some issues. I think it's primarily from my heart, but I got 3 tests scheduled for the end of September. But I think more so than anything, because I've spoke to a few people about this, is that the change that's going on with Earth as a whole.
Yeah.
That will be changing from that 3D to 5D. And it is in the process of starting now. And I think the pull and separation between the dimensions is what I'm feeling. You know, it's intense. And it's a very heavy feeling. Almost like you have the weight on your shoulders.
Yeah.
You know, and ultimately there is a video I put out. I can't remember the woman's name. And on the very end of it, she was explaining this, that it will almost be as if there'll be 2 separate Earths ultimately. One that'll still be in the 3D and the other in the 5D dimension. And that process of transition is starting now. So that could be, you know, a lot of what, again, like I said, that I'm feeling. And yeah, I spoke to a couple other people too, and they're having the same problem and issue, and understand that as well. So
Yeah.
interesting, right?
Yeah.
Especially since I have such a strong field, my energy level is so much more compound or stronger than the average person. It always has been. That could be why I'm feeling it now so much.
Yeah, I think you must have sent me that video. I saw it too, and the lady said some people it really affects them, and other people don't even know what's going on.
Yeah. And I think that's it in a nutshell, because the timing, kind of like what she was talking about, and all these things going on, it's like it's becoming, it's worse. It's worsening. Instead of my self getting better and more energy, I feel it depleting more, especially in these past couple of weeks.
Yeah,
It's,
interesting. Well, I've been doing there we go. I've been
yeah,
doing the X39, as originally subscribed, 12 on, 12 off. So
I
use
leave
that
mine
kind
on
of,
24, and then by that next day, and I've forgotten to take it off, I take it off, go to bed, and put on the new one.
yeah. Well, if I forget to take it off, I just do it in the morning. I put a new one on,
Just
take
put
the
a new
old
one
one
on.
off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But
I don't think
what you
anyone
say
does.
is drinking a lot of fluid. That's the most
That's the
important thing.
key.
Yeah,
Yes, to drinking a lot of water. You don't drink a lot of water, it's not really going to affect you as well as if you were drinking more water.
yeah,
And I know that by experiment, because I used to be a person who really didn't drink that much water. Now I'm
yeah.
constantly, I have a big bottle of water and a cup, because I don't like drinking out of the bottle. It's just uncomfortable. But I'm filling my cup up all the time with more water. So I know it does make a difference. It really does. So I know there'll be more people on here, but I don't know. I suppose. Hey, Mike, can you hear? Hello, Mike. Maybe he can't. Let me see if I can. I can't even get his. Oh, here comes his picture. Well, I'm getting a picture.
There you go.
Hey,
All right.
Hello.
hi.
I gotta let
Mike.
my dog out, and I didn't want to do everything in the background.
Oh, I hear you. Yeah.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. All right. Will do. I think what I'll do, well, we'll wait for Mike, but I know there was like 25, 30 people I sent the link out tonight.
Well, I'm just surprised that the normals aren't here.
I know, because usually we have at least, I don't know, 8 or so,
Yeah.
8 to 10. But I think, because I was going to just open it up for questions right now, what everyone's doing, and then go into the coupon thing. But
Okay.
forget it. I'll just dive right in.
Here you go.
Let me see. I'm going to find, there's Tommy. Okay. Get her up here. And I'll get this up here so I can show you that. Share my screen. Hey, Tommy. Hello, Tommy. Just I can. Are you there? Did you, Anthony, find out anything more about the trust accounts and how to do that banking right instead of just individual? I forgot to call. I just didn't get around to it.
Yes and no. Which question did you have? I guess
It was because I opened just an individual account. I
okay.
think it was Catherine saying something about opening one with some sort of entity or something.
Yeah, I guess I didn't. I know we did talk about that, but I didn't really understand that part, so I didn't really look more into that.
Yeah, I don't either. It's just, in other words, the one that will give you more of a tax protection.
Okay. Because yeah, what I wish I remembered what I was doing when I set mine up, but I kind of set mine up all at one time and I didn't know what I was doing, so I just went with the flow. But
Yeah, I didn't either.
yeah, I set mine up, and then, but the mistake that I made is I just put like one of my regular, I have a small credit union. This before I really knew what a private bank account was or what I even
Right.
needed there. So I was
Right.
like, well, it's a credit union, maybe it's different. So, and I have a checking account there. So I just threw that one in there thinking that's probably because it wasn't US Bank or Chase or, so I was like, okay, well, maybe that one's okay. So I put that there. Well, I went back and tried editing it and it wouldn't let me remove it. And then I
Yeah.
tried adding one and it wouldn't let me add one either. So what
Yeah.
I did this week was I went down to my bank and I printed off on treasurydirect.com. There was like it's a form and you can either use it for like cashing out bonds or you can use it for updating bank account information. Like if you put in the wrong routing number or account number or something like that. But I think what it is, because it's not a notary stamp, it's a medallion stamp. So it's like, must be the next stamp above notary, because they specifically say on the form like 3 times, a notary won't qualify. So I took it down to my bank and had them look at it because I didn't know what I was looking at. And so they're like, oh, okay, we think this is what's supposed to be done. And I read through it. And so I filled those forms out and I actually mailed them off this morning. And so all that's going to do is that's going to update my account that on my Treasury Direct to my Fidelity account. And then I think at that point I could remove my old one. But when I try to remove it just on treasurydirect.com, it won't let me because it needs to have a bank account there for whatever reason. So I figured that much out and I did send that form off this week. So I'll let you guys know how long it kind of takes. It went to Minneapolis, so it didn't go to DC
So,
or
but is that in effect opening a bank account with the treasury, or is it connecting your bank account to the treasury?
that's connecting a bank account to the treasury, because I think depending on how funds come back, like if you get tax credits or whatever, or bonds, or however they issue it, if they go to your treasurydirect.com account, then you need either, like you can request like when you hear everyone asking for a credit card, it's Treasury Direct credit card. So you can do that, but if you wanted funds in a different way, you can either use your Treasury Direct one, but somewhere I read, and I still haven't came across it again, where you can't leave funds in your Treasury Direct account like forever, like eventually they need to be removed. So this is just another bank account outside of that.
Your
So
own personal bank account.
it's
Your
just
one outside of it.
yep. I started fresh and I started because when I was looking for my QSIP, I set up a Fidelity account. So I have a money market account in there and then I have a checking account. And I just put the money market account on there and called it a savings account. So we'll see if it works.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
And I'll see if I can get some more info on that too.
Yeah, and I guess I haven't seen that part where I know we talked about it, but I haven't seen anything. So I didn't know that. I don't even know how you would start one the other way, or maybe I did and I didn't know it, or I don't know.
Right.
Mine says an individual account though.
Right. That's what I started mine as that way as well.
Yeah.
And that's where I think, well, it was Catherine, I believe, was saying, well, no, you have to have it connected to an entity.
Yeah, and I guess I
And-
don't even have an entity set up. And a lot of the times people they don't even have a private bank account. They'll just use Treasury Direct, and just do the credit card version until they get something set up.
But you can't, oh, okay. Yeah. Get the credit card that would come, and that money you have in your treasury would just come through from the credit card.
On the card, and then you can
Yeah.
swipe it wherever you're at. And yeah, which is kind of in the cover letter I asked for the credit card first, and then I asked for a check payable, and then I said if that's not possible, a direct deposit into the account listed on my form.
Right. Right. Because that's important for the W-4s,
Mhm.
as to where you want your money to go.
Yeah, exactly.
So we really need that.
And I
portion
kind of
clear.
just to be safe, I just figured a new account that I'm not going to do anything else with, that way they're not mixing.
Right. I mean, I've got the account number and all that,
Mhm.
so I know I can get it to there. But as far as getting it out, because like you said, you can't leave it there forever. I could spend it. I could have no time, no hassle spending all that money.
Keep swiping. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. So, but anyway, guys, unless you have, hey, Sandy,
Dandy.
unless, yeah, unless you have any questions, I do want to show you this sandwich routine that apparently people are having success with. I'm gonna wait till she comes on here. Hey, lady, how are
Hi.
you doing?
Don't mind me, I look like a mess, but I
No,
wanna
are you in the
say
hospital
hi.
or home?
No, I'm at home. I got home last night.
Oh my God, they let you
Whoa.
out.
Right on.
Well, yeah, but I'm nursing for 4 more weeks on I am antibiotics, so
Right. So they
I'll
got
be
you hooked up for that and sent you home with that in.
no, but
Oh,
just doing the injections of it, and they're mixing it with lidocaine because it's a 5 ml
yeah,
shot
yeah.
twice in each leg. Yeah, but the thing is, I did survive.
Yeah.
Don't know how.
Prayer.
I do.
We've been praying for
Prayer. You've had a lot of prayer, girlfriend.
you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
It was scary there for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all were scared and prayed a whole lot for you. So
Mm.
God
Well, I'm
bless you.
glad to see you guys.
Yeah, we're happy to see you. This is
Yeah.
thrilling. So,
Yeah.
and anyway, I'm going to share my screen because I have found something that while we're all waiting on this W-4 process and getting our W-4s put together and so forth and so on, apparently, and I have asked and blah, 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 and I have been told that yes, people are getting success. Yes, you know, this lady's getting success. Other people who have done them in Telegram are getting success with this method. So I am going to experiment and start sending some things out. And what all you need to do, I wonder what happened if I click on it, that can get bigger. No, you know what? I think I have, come to think of it, some of those that are bigger in my footlocker. I'm not sure where they are at the moment. It might take a while to look all that up. But anyway, what it is you take like your coupon code that, you know, your coupon that you get from your bill.
I'm gonna have to learn about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually,
Okay.
bet you I can, no, I can't make, there's not a way to make this screen bigger. That's weird. Anyway, and you put these things that they have highlighted here on the bill. Okay. It's just who it's by and a UCC number, all rights reserved without prejudice. And you put these codes on here as well, both sides here. And this, for example, this person did it for the amount of their Spectrum bill for the $74.99. Then
What's Spectrum?
Spectrum, that's a cable company.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I use them too.
So
Then you
you're just
take,
showing it as an example. Okay.
right. Yeah, this is just an example. Then you take a money order for $1 and you put who it's being paid to. In this case, it was Discover, or if it was Spectrum, you put Spectrum, you know, whoever the company is you're using.
Mm-hmm.
And you put this little statement here. And it says, I accept your offer in the amount of $572.19 for valuable consideration and tender this payment for the complete amount in accordance and satisfaction upon redeeming this instrument. And you put in here, yeah, by
A
accommodation.
promissory note, yes.
Exactly, without recourse, and you sign it, send it to Discover, parentheses around the zip codes. Again, you have some UCC numbers here that you put down, reference the account, and you take this and that, and you mail it off, and boom, that's supposed to take care of that bill.
Wow. But you haven't got any proof yet that it's showing people that actually got money
Yes,
or that
this
actually paid
Diane,
through?
she is one of the, well, let me go back here. She's one of the administrators in, I think she's actually in I think she might be in the W4 group, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, but I've been texting her directly. And so she says, yes, others had success as well. So, you know, she has herself too by just doing this.
Okay,
Would
so
you-
I take it this is all just to get a monthly bill paid?
You can do it for more than that. But
Okay,
people are just doing this to see if it works. And they-
dipping their toes in the water.
Yeah,
Okay,
and they're
Okay.
fine. Yes. Good
I thought
analogy.
I'd dip my toes in the water with a new car.
yeah.
Right? Well,
that.
Seriously.
Heard that.
exactly.
Yeah,
What I'm going to
yeah.
do is I'm going to try it with my car payment and a
Mhm.
mortgage payment, which I've made this month, but I'm going to
You
go
can't
ahead.
combine those.
Huh?
You can't combine those.
Mm,
No, you do to one
Mm.
to each company.
right,
Right.
okay. That's
Okay.
what I thought I understood, but I just wanted to make sure that since you said next billing session,
Right.
We
Because
can
I've
get it.
made my payments this month.
uh-huh,
So I'm going to do one now to see if by next month, if it's accepted,
uh-huh.
then I wouldn't have to make a payment next month.
No kidding. That's what I'm thinking too. Woo-hoo.
Yeah. So this would be a good tool to have while waiting to put our sandwiches all together,
Well, whoopee, yeah.
because they take a little bit of time. You've got to get all the statements,
Uh-huh.
stamp
Sandwich-
them all, make your accounting, you know, all that, and get them sent out, which is fine because that alleviates you of the entire bill. But I'm gonna
Like that.
try a couple months of just the individual things, and then maybe try one for like on the car, maybe sending $2,000.
Uh-huh.
See what happens, you know? I don't want to be real greedy or real obvious up front.
Well, I was just getting ready to ask, do you think we could get the payoff for the mortgage and write it for the whole thing?
I would imagine so.
Oh, dear
That's the way
Lord.
they're making it seem.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, just dipping the toe in.
at
Try a
first.
payment or two first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine, because as long as I'm alleviated, if I had to do that once a month for 6 months to prove it, I wouldn't care because I'm still not
exactly.
making any payments. So what's the difference?
Right,
That's
right.
why I figure why not do it for a new car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then
I just-
start
I
doing
just
the
figure
payments that way.
try. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it'll all be paid to them up front. That's the whole amount.
With your sandwich, that's what you would do. Yes.
What-
Can
what-
we do it with the coupon that way?
What
I
is a
don't-
sandwich?
Oh, a sandwich is, there's actually a legal way for you to send in certain forms.
Is that like the 1099-A?
No, completely different.
A lot faster.
I'll have to go through that with you,
But
but it's a way to get it
W4?
all relieved and back. And
Mhm.
there are, do you remember that 4506T?
I've seen it, yes.
Okay, you need to fill one of those out and I can help you with that because that will give
Okay.
you all the accounts that have had your driver's license or your social security number attached to them.
Oh, by
Oh,
the
to
way,
find out how much I'm worth.
yeah,
Okay.
How much each one of
That-
those,
each
one of those entities have
sorry,
been
Carol.
taken from your treasure account.
Right, right.
And then you get that all back.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about there. I
Okay.
just didn't know about the last part,
Yeah.
but
Those are
it'll
for
come.
everything, for the bulk of every individual account that you've had since you started
Mhm.
working.
Okay,
The coupon are for your current bills.
I see. Okay.
And people are asking, I wonder if I can do it for the whole amount, and not everyone knows for sure. But I haven't dived into it that far yet to find out, but I have found out that it is working
thing
on smaller amounts right now.
The thing that confuses me is, the Jarretts said they had to close down temporarily because they're so backed up trying to get all the paperwork filled out from the people that started in the very, very, very beginning, like you,
Right.
right? So why isn't there, why aren't they showing any kind of proof? They just sort of shut down.
They've been
Um,
very active in Telegram.
In Telegram they have.
Yes, and they have a weekly meeting on YouTube every week as well.
Okay, but have they showed any client or person that's
No, because it's
requested?
going to take months on end. It's going to take a long time to get all that money back to them. They only
Well, I'm
started
not-
this process this year too, and it was normally going to take 45 to 60 days.
Yeah,
But because the IRS has been so bombarded and swamped, it went to like 3 or 4 months, and now they're actually looking at a little longer than that.
so do you think that they're gonna show when somebody does get paid?
Oh, yeah. Like we had to all turn around and send in hard copies of our 1099s
Mhm.
Mhm.
because technically, legally, they have to have the hard copy.
Okay,
So there was a bulletin they put out today that they're not having their get together tonight or yesterday or something because they want to get all these hard copies out that they've received. And I
okay,
know that she has received one from me because I got the ticket saying she did because I sent it certified.
okay.
So
Now, I still have not heard back from them from before I was in the hospital, when I sent them that letter talking about my granddaughter and needing legal, legal representation.
yeah, you should have just gotten a 1099-A into them at that point
Oh.
right away.
I know, but remember you said to just send them a letter.
Also, yeah, but that's why, like you and Pretty, I've been egging to, get them in, and Pretty it didn't do anything either. But now she's
Really?
seeing the light and wanting to get this done. And of course, you have been delayed, but the sandwich process may help you as well.
Okay,
And I think they may be taking more in here shortly, if not right away, because they just want to get all the hard copies they've received so far out.
okay. And then they'll open back up and probably announce it on Telegram or YouTube.
Right, right.
Okay, that's all right. I
Yeah,
just wanted to know why that
Yeah.
hasn't happened yet, but I guess you're right. You don't get it all like tomorrow.
right,
No,
right. Yeah,
just
have to
just
be
to let you
patient.
know too, I got my letter from LexisNexis with my code to get on. And so I got on, opened it up, and I downloaded it to a zip drive.
how
Is
many
that-
pages? So you did get the report?
I did.
Okay, good. See, I couldn't get mine. I finally got it, and it's like this thick.
Yeah.
I'm like, crap.
I don't know how many pages yet. I just, like I said, I downloaded it to a zip drive and I haven't printed it out yet.
Yeah,
But I did finally get that, and the 450614 pages worth.
would you
Wow.
get that out yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Return receipt requested.
Yeah,
But luckily I only had to send it to one place.
right, right. Between Richard and I, it was 4 different places. So,
Well, I'm old, Sandy, so it went
Yeah.
back a year or two.
right.
Holy, that's
Yeah,
a
mine
bit
was
crazy.
13. I don't know how you got 14, but you must have started working earlier than I did.
I guess so.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to
Well-
remember I'm a year or two older than you too.
Well, there's the difference. Yeah, that year or
Yeah.
two that you had to put on that 14th page.
Right.
Yeah, there
Right.
you go.
I'll do it.
Yeah. So for when we get those back too, that'll be confirmation of how much is actually sitting in the till, that you'll have a verification of how much you can go after.
Right.
So,
Mhm.
but for
That's
now,
good.
those sandwiches, you can be doing, things that are active with you right now, your credit cards, your car payments, your mortgage, all these things that you're paying on now.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up the phone. Hey, I need a statement showing every payment, debit and credit from day one. Please send that to me. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll
Mhm.
have the information that you need for your accounting and get her sent out. Does anyone
Okay.
have any questions on that today? I guess not.
Um,
Good. Maybe
I'm
this will
just
be an
gonna,
easy meeting.
I'm just waiting for that 4506T to come in because I figure it's going to be about this thick.
Yeah. Yeah. Richards and ours as well.
Yeah.
You know, and even though the LexisNexis is there for information that you may have forgotten
Mhm.
about at one time or another, but at least, you have that there for verification. So
Right.
your 4506T will be your main Bible.
Yes, it will.
Mike,
Well-
do you have any questions? Where are you in all this process? What have you done? Or not done?
I, I've kind of been following Guardian of Light on the mortgage process and what she's been pursuing.
Mhm.
And I recently did a 1099A and a 1099B to my servicer. And I'm waiting to see if they're going to do the 1099C to cancel the debt. Now, I'm going after the original note that I did not endorse.
Oh, sweet.
What I find interesting, the servicer sent me their own 1099A for the same amount,
Oh,
which I thought odd.
Yeah.
So I'm letting this play out. Why they filed their own, and I know they filed their own because they put my first and middle name together, and I know I didn't file mine that way.
Yeah, that's incorrect.
So
Sure.
I'll tell you what else I did. As I was listening to them the other night, I filed also 2 forms to stop them because when you
Crazy.
sign up, when you did your mortgage, you gave them limited power of attorney. And they can go in there and change your 1099As. So
Wow.
I withdrew the power of attorneys to stop them from doing that, even if they tried. It was a form 2848. And let me see what the other form was. And I faxed them both off to the same location.
So you would file these forms to any individual company that would try to do this.
Well, yeah, but if a company you've worked with, you've given them limited power of attorney, they can go in, I guess, and have access to your IRS documents. So when I filed that A and the B, I didn't want them going in there and canceling them.
Right.
But
how did you file an A and B? Because they're not two separate processes. They're all on the same hard copies.
No, a 1099A has a copy B and C.
Right. But
This
you're
is a
not
10
supposed to separate them.
Right, but this is actually a 1099B form that's also filed. I filed both of these online. So I filed a 1099A. And when I got the accept on it,
Right.
then I filed the 1099B. And when I got the accept on it, I gave them their copy. When I say I gave them their copies, I did a package. I sent it with a cover letter.
Gave who this
The
information?
servicer who for my mortgage. And I
Okay.
let them know I'm claiming back my property, which is that note. So I want them to cancel out the debt that I have from the note. And Guardian of Light has gotten this information from an attorney. And she says, are you telling me it's really this easy to get this debt canceled? And she said, yeah, this is how the 1% do it. They go out and they buy what they want. Now you have to qualify for what you're buying, but they're using a 1099-A, they're using a 1099-B, and then a 1099-C to cancel out the debt. So
And
Wow.
you send all of this to, like, say we're talking about your mortgage.
yeah, my servicer is New Res LLC. They're the servicer of the mortgage.
Okay,
So I filed online, putting New Res as the lender and me as the borrower. And then I did the 1099-B. Let's see. I did the 1099-B as me as the payer and New Res as the recipient. Now, the 1099-B is considered a performance document, which forces them to perform.
The action, yeah.
Okay. And Guardian, she had an example package, and there's things you have to check off in this 1099-B. This is, she's helping people that are in foreclosure.
okay,
But you don't have to be in foreclosure. Now,
Okay.
my house was in foreclosure back in 2010. I was able to save my property running to a Chapter 13. If I would have known this, now she's in Maryland and I'm in Maryland. Now, when they file an order to docket, which is a foreclosure action in the courts, we're
Right.
actually considered a non-judicial state, yet you still have to file in court. But
Right.
anyway, you can file for mediation
right,
with the order to docket. Had I would have had this information, because I went to mediation, I would have taken that 1099-A, I'd have taken that 1099-B and write to the mediator and said, all they have to do is file their 1099-C and it's going to cancel out this debt. She's already had that done. She did get the lawsuit canceled or withdrawn or closed in the courts,
Mhm.
working for some, with somebody.
right.
So I'm not in default at the moment. I haven't been in default for years. Like I said, that was back in 2010, but I'm still going to pay my mortgage, but I'm going to see where this goes. I just thought it odd. They filed their own 1099-A.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Mhm.
I don't really understand how they can do that.
Yeah. Now in my letter, I put, I'm giving them 30 days to do the 1099-C. I believe they do have longer, but if they don't, then I'm going to be requesting a full on and off ledger accounting of that account.
Right,
And I realize they're not the original servicer, but you do have access to that information.
right,
So I'm technically going after the note. Now, like I said, I was in foreclosure back in 2010. They supposedly had the original note in that file, which they withdrew when the case got closed because I was no longer in default. But
right.
there's a copy in there if I need it, because
You
all I
can
have
get
is
it.
the copy I had in my paperwork that they gave me when I settled.
Right,
But I'm going to go back to that court if I need to, and I'm going to get a copy of that and have them certified to show I did not sign the back of that note.
yeah,
Because what's happening is they're selling off that note. Probably she's saying at least 10 times.
Yeah, the
And then we
trade,
have a
yeah.
third-party contract where we're paying a 30-year mortgage for.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's
trying to
no
let-
telling, there's no end to that because every bank that does that gets more money. So,
Right. So I said, it's come to my attention that there is some nefarious things possibly going on in the mortgage industry. So I kind of
oh,
threw
there's
that out.
no
and I thought,
possibly about it.
right. Give me my 1099-C. And I didn't tell them I'll be on my merry way, but I'm hoping they think that. And of course, I'm going to W4. I'm just going to do everything else I can. But
Yeah,
we'll see how it plays out. I'm glad they at least responded to something. Why they did it, I don't know. But I will give a follow-up in a couple of weeks once I get my green card back, because I did send my package registered.
oh, yeah, return
Not
receipt,
priority, but registered.
registered return receipt, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So far, I've been getting every one of mine back. And I even got it back from the Jarretts because I had to send in my hard copies to them,
Uh-huh.
which was great because I know now when they talk about that, that's what they're doing right now is getting all the hard copies that they've received, completed and done.
Right.
I know
Yeah.
they have my copies and mine will be part of that.
Yeah. I didn't W4 them first. I want to try this because if they don't file the 1099-C, then I'm going to ask for their W-9 and go from there. I know I have the correct EIN because when they filed theirs, it was the exact same DIN number.
Oh,
So,
cool. You
I know
covered
that.
there too.
I just wish,
Good
I
deal.
just wish there was a button we could push, and what's all going on in your brain, Mike, would just transfer over into my brain too,
Right.
or everybody's brains, because you've got a lot solid
Well,
knowledge.
It will. I actually understand quite a bit of what he's talking about. I've not
Yeah.
heard it done that way, but I understand what he's talking about in the transactions.
But
and
you have to
everything.
file the 1099-B and don't get that confused because that has its own copies B and C.
Oh,
These are actually separate different ones that you file online. But the
You can-
1099-B forces them. It's a performance document. They must perform.
Okay, this is amazing, Hank, but it tells you how or why it's so complicated that people can't wrap their head around it, and that's why they get away with it,
Right.
because it's actually not as complicated as it seems.
Right.
But
It's not.
to
It's
the
a very
average,
ABC step 1, 2, 3. You just have to know
yeah,
what those steps are, do things in order, do them correctly, and in the procedure that they were made to be followed.
right.
Because what you actually fill in and do, it's not rocket science. It's very simple.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, they try to cloud your judgment and, confuse you, make you think you can't do this, which is one of the reasons why I hired Jared as my trustee to begin with, because it was like, whoa, it's going to take me a while to comprehend to get all this done,
Mm-hmm.
But I am catching on to the point where I'll be able to do my own 1099-As.
Well,
But
and
in the
it's funny
meanwhile,
because
if Deb gets some through and done for me, that's fine.
isn't it interesting that in the very, very beginning, when we were talking about Mike G, I'd been talking about the birth certificate all along
Mhm.
of what I had been learning. And it all has come full circle.
Right.
It's
To
all the
this.
same thing.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So
There's even a
crazy.
lot of that, a lot of this on Situation Update on Before It's News that I watch every night about our sovereignty and the names and all that and straw man names. But Mike, what were you going to comment on?
Yeah.
God, actually, I lost my train of thought.
I hear you. I do it all the time.
Sorry,
That's
Mike.
old age setting in.
Old age thing. My X39
Yes.
isn't working today.
Mhm.
You were saying about the C, the 1099-C is the file, the action.
Well, the 1099-B is a performance document that forces the lender, the servicer to perform. And a box you check off, it's the barter amount and all this has to do. It's you put in the exact date that you signed the note, the amount that was on the note. So it's all pertaining to that particular note.
Okay.
And now I did have to create an allonge and staple it to the note. And it was paid to the order of new res. I know, that was the part that had to be done. But she did not say I needed a certified copy or anything because I was fighting back in 2010. Supposedly, the notes have all been destroyed. They only have digital copies. But when I went to court for it, they brought a note. I couldn't tell. It was in blue ink, but I couldn't tell if it was original or not. But to me, it doesn't matter. I know they withdrew the one that they put in and put a copy in there, and I just need to get that one certified. That'll show I never signed the back of that note.
Right. Right. Well, that's like I had a similar situation like that from a loan from 2010. And when that husband passed, I had to, put the mortgage back in my name, and they messed up like by some $40,000 or something. And then when I sold the house, that wasn't included in my return, and I had an attorney work on that for me. And they were trying to tell them that, well, no, she signed this. She knows she's supposed to pay this at the end of the term. And I knew, because they sent me copies of it, everything. They took a signature page of mine from something else in the mortgage loan and put it on the back of their papers.
Wow.
The writing and nomenclature didn't even follow the same language of the next page with my signature.
Jeez.
So I got my 40 grand back.
Wow.
Call these people on things, and you just have to be persistent and know what's right, what's wrong, and go for it.
Do your research and.
And this is no
Mhm.
different.
Wow.
So we just have to, keep helping each other,
Yeah, exactly.
show what
Yeah.
we know, explain the procedures, and
Oh,
week by
there's a
week,
question.
day
I
by
have a
day,
question.
we'll get there. What, Sandy? Go
Mhm.
ahead.
Okay, you know how we're supposed to write our signature or our autograph with
Yeah.
the name back, like Sandy Lee for me? Is it colon or
No, how you
semicolon?
would write it, you would put the word by, and
Yeah.
then colon, Sandy dash whatever your middle name is,
Lee?
colon, then your last name, comma, and the word beneficiary.
Beneficiary. Okay, so does that mean that from now on, wherever we go, if we're supposed to sign for anything, this is something that I heard or that I was told, is that whenever we are signing anything, we should sign it as for, say, Carol Lee Brown or for Sandy Lee Dale. You
By,
don't, because you don't want to identify you as being the birth certificate, the corpse.
no, you still use the word by, because you are the recipient of that straw man name. You are not that straw man,
I'm not that straw man.
but
Yeah,
you are
but
the beneficiary of all that's been done to that name.
right.
That's why you sign it by your name dash middle name, the whole 9 yards, comma,
Okay.
beneficiary.
Okay. That can confuse me because I couldn't understand why this gentleman was telling me to sign it for and then my name. It sort of makes sense, but I get what you're saying is much clearer.
Yeah. I've not seen
Okay.
it as for before.
I mean, like
Yeah.
FOR.
Right.
Yeah. I've not either. It's just he was saying,
But if
so
you
that
use the
you're not
word for,
identifying.
you're putting that name in a third position.
And what I'm thinking is that he was
Not
referring to if you handed in and you did the process like my son did and gave back the birth certificate, did the process, and now he's a sovereign man, like a man, a living man of sound mind, sound body,
Right, but you're not
sound
doing
spirit,
it for your
living
sovereign
on.
name. Your sovereign name is your Carol dash Lee, how we're doing the autograph.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's by yourself, not for your sovereign name. You're actually doing it for your straw man name.
Okay.
See?
Hmm.
Because if you go for that person, it's like, well, who's actually, it's for that person, or who is that person? There's no hiding your heel for knowing who that
It's
doesn't
a
make
little
sense to me.
complicated because they were saying, or this guy was saying, you don't want to jeopardize the fact that you're the corpse. It's like if the cop, say you got pulled over, you were speeding, and the cop wants you to see your driver's license. Well, if you pull out your driver's license and show him your driver's license, and he says, "Is that you?" and you say yes, then you're screwed
Right.
because you've just given up that
You're right.
identifies you as you. You should say, "I'm me." And they'll say, "But is this you on your driver's license?" You say, "I don't know who that is." The government saying that the name is Sandy Lee Dale or Sandy Lee Stinchcomb. But I'm me. I'm
Right.
a woman
I'm a person.
living. I'm of sound mind, sound body, and sound spirit living on this earth.
And that's what the government requires me to carry.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Right.
It is. Like there's a lot of things to this that just floor me.
Yeah.
That they can get away with it, but they are.
Yeah.
If they're saying if you get a ticket, basically what the cop is doing is he wants you to contract with him.
Exactly.
So within 72 hours, you write on that ticket, refuse for cause without dishonor, no contract, no consent, and send it certified within 72 hours. It's supposed to kill it.
Okay.
Right.
How will we know that? I don't know. I haven't gotten a ticket in 30, 40 years, but if I do, I'll let you know.
Knock
how it
on wood,
works out.
Mike.
I don't either, so
Um,
I bet that was just a good reference.
I
Yeah.
do remember what I thought of before. I'm noticing on Telegram, a lot of people, when I say a lot, quite a few are getting frivolous filings for these W-4s.
What do you mean frivolous violence?
They want to charge them $5,000 for a frivolous filing unless they withdraw their return.
Well, perhaps they're not doing them correctly. There's been a lot of that with the 1099s as well.
Mm-hmm.
But those that are being successful, obviously, are being done correctly, which is why I'm sticking my toe in.
Right. And they're telling you
that
do
way.
not sign any of the forms. Don't sign the 1040V. Don't endorse it on the back or anything. They've kind of changed that.
Yeah.
Only you're going to sign is that last 1040 at the
Right.
end of the year, or what do they say? October is really the end of the year when
Right.
you add everything up. That's the
Right.
only one. So if you don't sign anything, it's
Yes,
just you're
right.
giving them notice that to find out what's going on with this particular account.
Mm-hmm. Right. Sorry, guys, I gotta have my nicotine. Right. You're exactly right on that.
Mhm.
Which is why, like I said, baby steps and, the 1099 process, I know that does work as well. I've actually, something popped up on here. What is this? Okay, it went away. I don't know. Anyway, I have a friend, matter of fact, some of you know, Catherine. She has an acquaintance, an older gentleman who did the 1099 a long time ago for his mortgage, and it was all taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
He was amazed that there was actually people out there doing it. He says, I didn't think anybody knew about that. And it was like, well, no, back then they didn't. But now they're learning, and people are waking up.
Yeah.
What it's all about.
For sure. For
They're
sure.
realizing this matrix that we've been in all our lives is a bunch of crap. And it's all about keeping the wealthy and us poor. That's why it's always been. And they're about to break loose.
Mm-hmm. They're scared shitless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are. And I believe too, we also have another option that will hit us. That I think once all this terrible things and everything that's due to happen yet, and we change from the way we're living now to that better world, even the 5D dimension. We won't have any more of this. We all will be plentiful, wealthy. There'll be no more hate and discrimination and all that in the world, and we'll be able to live as God intended us to live.
Mhm. So we gotta go through the fire before we get there.
Yes, we do.
Mm.
So this is all, to me, it's all about in the meanwhile. Well,
I felt like I just went
relieve
through
some
the fire.
stresses right now. Yeah, you sure did, darling.
Mm.
No more riding on those waterboard wave things, whatever
Well,
that is.
You know, I think that I just thought it was that. But we figured out, the doctor did, that this has been brewing for a while. And where that staph infection came from is my teeth surgery.
Could have
Do you
been.
remember I was telling you about the gland down my neck that was
Right.
so hard and so big?
Yeah.
So that was the infection in the tooth that started the whole thing, because they said the timeline was perfect for it all. So all that
Did the
happened,
dentist not put you on any kind of antibiotic from all that
They-
surgery?
they did at
Oh.
one point, like after I had the big surgery,
Right.
but then remember there was a few more surgeries
Yes.
after.
Yeah.
They didn't put me on any antibiotics after those.
Wow.
And so easily staff could have got in that way.
Sure.
And I just attested it that it was banging down on the Sea-Doo or the Wave Runner, thinking that's what caused my injury. But that would not cause me to have such a high fever and
Yeah,
a kidney
108. I'm surprised you're
infection.
still breathing. But it's damn
Yeah,
good thing
and
you are.
septicemia. And then to top it off, need a blood transfusion.
Yeah.
Like a injury just from hitting a wave is not going to cause all of that.
Yeah. Did that infection actually get in your spinal fluid? It seems like
Yeah,
Elaine said
what
that.
happened is the bacteria got soaked up by the bone marrow
Oh, that's
in my
right.
back.
Yeah.
And
went
so my
everywhere.
back has just been, it's in so much pain. But the bone marrow it's very difficult for the bone marrow to get the blood.
Yeah.
So that's where they hide. The
Yeah.
bacteria hide.
Yeah.
And once you stop your antibiotic, usually a person would be on a course, a 10-day course, 10 to 14-day course of antibiotic, like IV antibiotic. But because it's in the bone marrow where they hide, when the bacteria assume when things are starting to get better in the body,
They attack.
it's getting
knock
better,
out.
that they can come out again.
Right.
So if
You
you
have to
didn't
take
stay
it.
on the antibiotics for longer, the septicemia would just come right back.
Yeah.
And I'd be right back at day one with all that suffering.
So it's kind of
So
why you have to be on this even at home now for a
4
while.
more weeks, 4
Yeah.
weeks
For
of
1 week.
shots. And it's shots because I don't have any lines.
Yeah. I know.
I lost the IJ in my neck
Yeah.
and they can't get another one.
Well, you
So,
just take those shots, grin and bear it, and get through this. We're all pulling for
yeah,
you.
I know. I
Okay.
am.
I want to see
And
that big, perky, happy face again.
Yeah, that's why I
It's
say
coming.
I think I've been through the fire because it literally felt
And you're
like
still
hell.
here. That's testimony for all of us. That you're still here, so we're still going forward, and everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't think so there for a bit. I was ready to say, just keep me comfortable. Let me go.
No.
Well, obviously we're praying hard enough, because no matter how hard I fought to just get comfortable, something wouldn't allow it.
I wasn't
to-
allowing it.
Yeah,
I mean,
All
big
of
time.
you.
That was it.
yeah.
I talked to God every night. There is no way. We need her. She's got to pull through.
mm. And the
There's
house.
work to
so
be
I
done. You
will.
aren't going through all this for nothing.
Yeah, thank you.
We have plans. That was my attitude.
Thank you.
Still is.
Yeah, I gotta keep on fighting.
Yep. I can do it. You can do it.
For sure. And to top it
Yeah.
off, we're suing the dentist.
Good for not medicating you properly.
Well, screwing it up. I shouldn't have to have 4 more surgeries
Right.
after the
That's
initial
true
one.
too. Right. Right.
So, I mean, all in all, the whole thing was a
Debacle. Yeah.
circus. Yeah, like it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, I don't think they have a leg to stand on.
No, I don't either. Not all you've been through.
Mhm.
So let me get back to these guys. Is
Yes.
there anything that is pertinent or on your minds of anything you don't understand? Or is everyone pretty much up to speed to be able to do at least some of these W-4s? And I will put those little cards, in the group chat and in our group to follow for the coupon code.
Okay.
Oh, I think, Tommy, you were muted, so you can unmute. Oh, you're still muted.
There we go.
There you are. Okay, so is everyone all right with their process and what they have going on at the moment? Do you have any questions for me right now?
I have a question for you on that coupon method.
Yeah,
Mhm.
With the money order that you're showing there, and I've seen it in the groups too, that's a post office money order, correct?
yeah. I think it
And-
says post office on it.
Yeah, so when we can just purchase those right from the desk at the post office?
Right.
Oh,
Is-
I'm sure. I mean, I haven't yet, but I'm sure you can.
Okay,
I've purchased money orders at the post office. Yes. You just go up like you're gonna give them a piece of mail to put out and ask for the money order.
so can you just say, I need a money order for $1 and I need 10 of them, and then take them home and then put everything you need on them? Or
Yeah,
does it?
I don't know
mean,
why not. Yeah.
Yeah, because you fill in the vendor and everything else, right?
Mhm.
Right. And the
Yeah.
nomenclature that's on the one that I have, of course, you put in the proper dollar figure that matches your coupon from the company, your payment statement for however much you're making it for.
Okay. Yeah, I might just go and get, whatever.
Yeah.
Get 20 of them and then find
Have at
different
it and see
bills
what
and
happens.
coupons and stuff and just start playing with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean,
Mhm.
just do $1 each, and then if you can fill them in as you come across them, that's better than running to the post office every time.
Right.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. And oh shoot, brain seizure. Get them all the time.
Do we know if that is the same in Canada?
I would imagine so.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're still sending it in. You're using some sort of postal money order for
Right.
them.
Okay.
And then you just fill out everything the same because you get coupon codes. When you get a bill, there's always that coupon down the bottom that you pay from.
You
If
have
you
that-
don't, chances are you can go online to the company's website and print one out. They're usually there as well.
Okay.
Or you can call them and say, I need you to send me a bill that has the coupon on the bottom for me to pay from.
Okay.
And they'll know, they won't know, hither or there,
Right.
other than you need that to pay from.
Okay.
And I'm sure they'd be glad to, so that they're thinking you're going to pay their bill.
Right. Right.
But I would
think
do
that's
it
what-
a month ahead of time.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So just in case it doesn't work, you're not screwed for the current month.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because
That's where I think
this is
we're-
sticking my toe in. So since I'm going to do it on the ones I know I have already done,
Right.
Mhm.
and see what happens next month.
I think this is what is tripping Pretty up as well as me. It's just the Canadian thing, trying to figure this one out.
It's all the same
But-
trust money that comes out of Texas. That's where the trust department is.
Yeah.
Well, where you
We were a
send them
little-
to actually is a Washington DC address, but it's a certain,
Yeah, like
box
it's
that you use.
they're the National Treasury, right?
I'm sorry.
They're the National Treasury.
Right. I guess you could call them global because anybody can do this from any country.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter where you're from.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I've said that to my dad, and he's like, "It's a Canadian has their own treasury," and I'm like, "I don't think so. As far as I know, it's all run through the states."
Yep. Because even on a lot of the forms, particularly even the 1099 and some of those oddball ones also, there's always a place that say foreign address, fill this out here.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll
Okay.
send your 4605Ts to the one here in the States.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay.
Well, when we finally do sit down to do it, it'll be no problem once we're doing it, because
Right.
a lot of
When
it
you
is there.
feel up to it, you let me know and I will block out some time one afternoon and go through
Mhm.
this with you. Okay. Get you caught
Yeah.
up and doing what you need to do.
Yeah, that's what we need to do, because I just need to be walked through.
Right.
The computer is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Okay.
when you're ready, you let me know. And we'll
I
do
will.
it. Okay.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
give me a couple more weeks.
Okay. Pretty's late. We're about all done. I'll ask her if she has any questions though. But yeah, I just wanted to run through the synopsis of things, see if there are any other questions at the moment. And also introduce the fact that we can do the coupons as well. That might actually help those to start getting relief as far as your monthly payments on things are concerned.
Mhm. Cool.
Okay. Hi, Pretty.
Hi everyone. Hi,
But
Sandy.
Hi, Pretty. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. I'm home.
So good to see you.
Thank you, and thank you for all your prayers as well.
God bless you. You are a warrior queen, I swear.
She's
Wow.
the biggest trooper we have.
Pardon me?
She's the biggest trooper we have.
Of course, yeah.
Best
Oh my
example.
God,
Never
Wow.
give up. Never.
so proud of you. I'm telling you, so proud of you.
Oh, goodness. Well, I'll give all the credit to God, because I think He's pulled me through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
And that white healing light, you keep that center focused in your heart and in your mind, and your third eye, and
For sure.
be amazed how well it can heal you, irregardless of anything else.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
God bless
Amazing,
you all.
God bless you.
So Pretty, if you want to stay on for a few minutes, I will be happy to go through the coupon thing that we just did because it only takes
Oh,
a few
totally.
minutes.
Yeah, totally. I'm so sorry for being so late. I just
That's all Yeah, right.
I'm juggling. I'm juggling a
All
lot.
right,
of things.
I'm a Jean.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi, I'm a Jean. How are you?
Fine, how are you? I got on late too, and I'm sorry too.
Are you on a date
Mhm.
night? You look spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all dressed up.
Awesome.
Oh, no. I just put on this and my my white hat and wore it to the senior citizen.
Nice. Very
You look
nice.
good.
Was this
Oh, thank
dance
you. I
night?
appreciate
No, Thursday is dance night, right?
Yes, Thursday is, that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Very
That's when
nice.
you wear your X49. Don't forget.
Yep, that's definitely the truth.
Exercise. Best place for it.
So we had a small group today, or is there more people that I'm not looking? I'm not.
We had a
looking?
small group, which is kind of
Yeah.
odd. Might be just things going on. But yeah, because there was like 30 invitations sent out. But
Hi, everyone.
So I'm gonna go through this with Pretty. Y'all can either hang around or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can't walk her through this a little bit. You're welcome to stay. Totally up to you all.
All
Do I
right.
supposed to do this after I did the other, Carol?
Yes, this is something you can do now while waiting on the others to come
Okay.
through. Okay. This is something you do with your bills. For example, this one right here, it's for Spectrum, which is a cable company. Okay.
Yeah.
And, you know, it'll have your name on it and everything. It's, you know, like your bill you get it. That's what the coupon is. The bottom of your bill. And of course, you don't write sample remittance coupon, but you do put on here money order memo, and you say pay to the order of the Spectrum trustee. And then you fill in this information that you see on here. And I will put a copy of this in our group in Unstoppable Success and in the chat. And you fill it out with these, with all these codes on here correspondingly. Then you get a money order for just $1. And whatever the company is that you're filling this one coupon out for, and the amount that you're going to do it for, that would, so in other words, this would say Spectrum up here, okay? And you put your account number on, you put it to the main company, or in this case, it would have been Spectrum's main address and so forth. And you write in here what it says on here. And it says, I accept your offer in the amount of, now this one says $752, but if this was Spectrum's, you'd say $74.99 for valuable consideration and tender. This is payment for the complete something. I saw that before. I can't.
Count
Complete
amount.
in accord and satisfaction upon redeeming this instrument. And you say it by accommodation without recourse, and you sign it. Then you take those two and you send them in to the company. And when they cash that, that obligates them to accept that $707 something, or here, if it was $74.99, that really locks them into accepting it.
You do that with for a medical bill that you're getting from a hospital or something?
Sure. Any bill, did you get that coupon code, that coupon from? Absolutely.
Carol,
Get
sorry,
the
I have a
coupon.
question.
Yes, ma'am.
Is this like month to month?
Well, right now, a lot of people are doing them that way. We're kind of putting our toe in, and they are getting results from it. Places accepting the money as payment. So as I explained, what I'm going to do is, you know, I've got majority of my bills, the big ones anyway, paid for this month. So I'm going to go online and get a new remittance coupon from them, print it off. But before I do, I'll be able to type all this on here, make it look better, and then get my money order, write in there what it says on here, the exact same wording, and sign it by accommodation without recourse, you know, my name, and send it off and see what happens.
Now, where do we get these vouchers?
Yeah.
The post office is where you get your postal money order for $1. You go in there and
I
just
know,
ask.
but I'm talking
No,
about where
the
we get that
coupon
form you have up
The
there.
coupon, have you not ever gotten in the mail a bill for something, and the bill portion at the bottom of the letter?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, well, that's at the bottom of the letter. You'll notice that there's all sorts of digits on it, just like a
Uh-huh.
check.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. We call that a coupon.
Oh, okay.
That payment voucher that they're sending you is a coupon.
And we still pay our money to it.
No, you don't send in that $74.99. This coupon and these codes are washing you of having to do it.
Okay,
And it's being paid to the order of the Spectrum trustee for just $1, because if they cash this, that's their acceptance of this offer amount.
Oh, so
Okay,
you're
yeah, but-
saying, Carol, sorry, can I interrupt for a
Yeah,
second?
go ahead.
I'm just trying to, my brain is trying to understand it. So you're saying, so whatever this bill is, what is it, 1,100, whatever it is, whatever the bill is, you're saying that when we send this coupon with that postage on it, basically we're saying that we are offering to pay for this bill only $100, and whatever that is.
Right,
When
but they're relieving you of the full amount because you put 70.
Right, so when they cash it,
You put $74.99 right here.
okay, so when they cash it,
That obligates them to pay
it
that.
obligates them to pay
Right.
for that.
And see,
Okay.
your money order is also like a coupon thing. Everything is set up against us.
Mhm.
And you also put the UCC codes down here, these that are listed here. That protects you,
Okay.
just like you have to put the code, all these codes on here as well.
So how do you know where to find those codes?
Well, they're copied right on here.
Okay, so how do you know which one goes up here then? At the,
Because it's right, see, right here, UCC 3-603 /
so that goes on
3-311.
every one of these that we send out,
Yes,
just exactly like that.
just
Well, hot
exactly how they
diggity
have it.
dog.
Huh?
I said, hot diggity dogs.
Yeah. And now they have the zip code here in parentheses, so I don't know if that's relevant or not, but I'm gonna parenthesize mine.
That sounds like a good idea. That's the zip code for the company that you're paying.
Right, like this would,
Uh-huh.
like if it
uh,
was for Spectrum, it'd be Spectrum's address, and then those UCC codes down here.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be making out a bunch of these for next month's payments.
Yeah, and see what happens.
Real darn quick and fast like a bunny rabbit.
Right. So this can get
Who's
you,
puppy dog?
okay, so this can alleviate some of your headache for right now monthly if this works.
Right.
While we're doing the sandwiches that take a little bit more time, and while waiting on the 1099s that take months. So
okay.
3 steps: relief now, relief soon, and relief in a little bit.
Okay, you're gonna post it on our Unstoppable, so I can read it over and over and over again, listen to you over and over again.
Yes, everything will be
Okay,
in the
gotcha.
group as well.
All right, I gotta go get me something to eat. I'm hungry.
Okay.
All right, bye, y'all. Love y'all.
All right,
Bye.
bye. Love you too. And then if you have any questions, just yell at me. Okie dokie.
Yep.
Smoky.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, you
Well-
guys, I'm gonna say goodbye for now, okay?
Okay,
Okay.
Sandy.
I'm getting tired.
We'll keep
Yeah.
you in our prayer. I'm going to keep praying for you. It's
Yeah.
great to see you.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah, it is good to
praying.
see you, darling.
It's so good to
Absolutely.
see that you're home. I was thinking you're
Yeah.
gonna have to stay there for another 4 to 6 weeks, you know?
Yeah, it was gonna be that way, but
Yeah.
they just thought, if we can do it this way with the nursing in the home,
Mhm.
that would be okay, but it's a test. We'll have to see how my legs hold up with
Okay.
these shots, because they're big shots, but we'll see.
Uh,
Just keep
They hurt
praying
very
for me.
much.
Oh yeah, they burn so bad, they mix them with lidocaine.
Mm-hmm.
Can you not, with a cold pack, numb that area first?
First, I never thought of that, but I might do
Oh,
that
I have
tomorrow.
before.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
They would do that when I had to have some in my neck. I had a disc that was bulging from a car accident. And they
Mhm.
actually had that spray on cold stuff. And I
Yeah,
never felt a thing.
okay.
So
Well, I'm gonna
something
do that
cold.
tomorrow. Cause they definitely burn like,
yeah,
you know what,
Yeah.
so.
Mm.
I got you.
Anyway, but you guys, thank you so much for all your prayers, because I
God
know
bless you,
you've
Sandy.
been there, and I can feel that there's a bigger source that's with me,
There
not
is.
against me.
Oh, yeah.
And I know it's you guys, so thank you so much.
Well, we love you.
I love you too. Okay, take
Stay
care,
safe.
everyone.
All right,
God
bye-bye.
bless.
Stay
Bye.
strong.
So was I the only one who got kicked out of that, what we were doing there with the coupon thing?
What do you mean?
Like did you notice I wasn't on?
Yeah, for about a few seconds or so.
Yeah, my internet just, I don't know. I thought it was everybody. I wasn't sure.
Oh, okay. Well, did you get the gist of what you need to do?
Yeah, I got the gist of it. I just don't know about where I'm asking for is it the postage thing? That's from the post office?
Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
a money order. You just
It's a
go to
money
the
order for
post office and get
$1, $2,
a dollar money order.
just $1.
Yeah.
Okay.
No sense spending any more than that.
Okay.
It's just a matter of them cashing it. They cash it, they're locked in.
Yeah.
It's like if you take a check,
Mhm.
you write on it, this is my final payment, and balance will be 0. They cash it. Technically, that's what they have to abide by.
Yeah. But I
Final
mean,
payment paid in full,
yeah.
0 balance, and they cash it. That's
Yeah.
them accepting that as final payment.
Yeah. It's just that, 20 years here. I'm not doing 20 years worth of bills for one account. That sounds crazy.
You're not
You know
doing what?
20 years worth of bills, like 12 bills a year type of thing for 20 years. Like why?
No. This is helping you in the now. Your monthly bills.
Okay.
Like if you can
It's
do it
from today
for
moving
next-
forward,
right,
not backwards. Okay.
right, yeah, no,
Okay,
your
good. I wanna
backwards
understand
comes from the sandwich, from the W4 sandwich.
Okay. Mhm.
And all really you have to do there is like say you have a credit card right now, okay? You call them and tell them you need a statement of all the debits and credits from the day I opened the account, please. So I can make sure I'm paying off the proper amounts.
Right.
Okay, and you get that statement, and that's what you use for your sandwich. We send that into the IRS or to the Treasury.
Okay.
Okay, and that then would take care of that entire bill, plus get you money back.
Right. Mhm.
Just like a mortgage, all the money that you've paid on a mortgage, that's your money. They took your money from the Treasury. You're not borrowing money from the bank. You're
Mhm.
actually borrowing your own money out and paying your own money back to you.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's ludicrous what actually they're doing to us.
Mm,
So by getting the statements
Excuse me.
and doing the accounting of adding all the debits and all the credits and smushing them all together as one payment, plus the $250,000 a quarter with your banks, which you can do on a mortgage because that's a bank, $1 million a year plus 10,000 every month.
Mhm.
You get all that back to you. And that's what that's about, the W4s.
Do you know how long that takes roughly?
It's not supposed to take all that long. It's only supposed to take a month or 45 days or so.
Has anybody gone through this process?
No, it seems a lot of us are in the early stages of it, but I do know like Hollywood, not Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
Her name is Holly, last name Wood.
Yeah, right.
She gets money back all the time because she did so many long ago. I mean, a box full and sent them out.
Really?
Yeah. So she's just constantly getting money from all that she sent in at one time.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
So she knows how to do it, and it's doing it right. That's the key, is to doing things properly the right way.
Yeah, exactly.
You can go on YouTube and go Hollywood W4 and see some of her videos on that. You could probably even do Hollywood and 1099s or anything of that sort too.
Okay.
but she's a world of information. She's been there, she's done it, she's had success.
She's in the States, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I don't know
Anybody
where.
in Canada? Do you know?
I don't know. I'm sure there are.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Anybody else got any other questions?
Is
Yay.
that all we covered today was just the coupons today?
Say what?
Is that all that was spoken about today was just the coupons?
Well, pretty much. Got a few other little things that weren't that long. I'll put the video up, and if you want to watch
Thank
it, just kind of skim through it.
Yeah, thank
No.
you so much. Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, I always do. It's always either in the chat or in our group, our Facebook group.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So glad to see Sandy back. I'm so
Oh,
happy.
yeah, I was really surprised. That was
Me
was
too. I was
big
like, what?
surprise. It was wonderful, I just,
Wow.
Sandy, oh my God.
I know. I saw when you popped her up. I saw her name. I'm going, that's Sandy.
I know, right? Like she was on death's door. It was really bad. She's been in the hospital for a long time. Them trying to save that girl's rear end. And she's been on all our prayer lists, and she can't go.
You know what it is? You know, when the enemy's after you, you got something big to drop. You got something big that God has on the plan for your life,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
telling you, she's a warrior, swear.
She
Oh,
is, and
yeah.
she's very
Yeah.
smart, and
Yeah.
she knows a lot about a lot of things of this nature that we're doing too. And
Mm.
she's going to be very successful with it, but she's
Yeah.
got to get her health comes first. So
Yeah.
we'll get her going.
Yeah.
So, Mike, it was good to see you. Thanks for coming.
All right. Now let's
All right.
see you guys later.
Okay, guys. God
There we
bless
go.
you
Yeah,
all.
thanks everyone.
I
Okay.
missed last week, but I saw the recording, so I still got to watch that one yet for last week.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Good deal.
Good seeing you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
You too. All
Have a good
right.
night, everyone.
Thanks for your input.
Night.
Good night.
you.
Yes.
Bye.
Guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Carol.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're
God
welcome.
bless.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.